Welcome to the Forest Ramble, slightly different mini-match report this time, as our correspondent Baz not only tells us about the match, but talks a little bit about his concept of what Sabri-ball is and how the tactics that Lamouchi has installed are playing out so far this season.
Okay, two things to talk about today. First of all, about the game. Yes, it was very hard to watch. Yes, it was a bit of a struggle at times. Yes, it was probably always going to be that way. After so many good results against top teams, we're always going to struggle. But I think the key thing is this is one of those games where it wasn't about the performance, it was about the result. And years gone by, we would not have got 3 points out of this result. We would probably have come away with one, maybe even none. In fact, we got 3 points and we did it quite well. I would say Brice Samba was the man of the match. 3 outstanding saves to keep us in the game. Joe Worrell did very well, but a big shout out to Lewis Graben as well, who put in an absolute ton of work for no reward whatsoever. However, the second bit is we're a few games into the season now. I've been building up my thoughts on Sabri-ball for a little while now, and I think this game was a good example of all that's good and all that's bad about Sabri Lamouchi's style of football. So the key thing, there are two things about Sabri-ball that I've noticed. By the way, if you want to know more about this kind of thing, there's an amazing Forest Boffin article looking at his tactics in quite a lot of depth, but I'm looking at it from a slightly different angle, and there are two key things to note. The first thing is part of the reason we're so infuriating to watch, but also absolutely exhilarating to watch, is because unlike, say, Karanka's style of football, with one exception, we never play the ball square. So that means we're either going forwards, or if we want to keep possession, we have to play it back, and we play it back all the way to the back four or even back to the keeper. And that's why it's absolutely infuriating. The one exception to not playing the ball square is when the ball's with the back four, and then we play it across the back four and across the back four, and then occasionally play it back to the keeper. Again, infuriating. Now, the reason for that is because of reason two, the second facet of Sabri-ball, which is it is a system designed for modern football where people play the high press. So that's the reason. What we do is we play the ball across the back four and we invite them to press us very high up the field. This means that quite often we have no outlet. So that's why the ball goes back to the keeper, and then it goes back to the back four, and then it goes just a long way again and again and again, and it's really dull to watch. When we do play it forwards, the idea is because we're inviting them forwards on that press, then that's going to make space for us higher up the pitch, and then we can move the ball very, very quickly. We play the ball out straight forwards and then run the ball as fast as possible up to the other end of the pitch. That's exactly what happened. I think it was Carvalho that spotted the pass, made it happen, and then Lolly and Cash did a bit of interplay for Watson to score. That's what happened today. When it works, it is absolutely fantastic. But then the rest of the game today, I think partly because I'm not convinced Sal was on his game today, and I certainly think that Thiago Silva and Carvalho together were a little bit lightweight, so it meant that we couldn't get the ball to stick when we did play the ball forward, so it just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. And fair play to Barnsley, that's the way they decided to play, and they made it happen that way. But it was because we couldn't get the ball forwards, and this is the feature of Sabri-ball. It either goes forwards or it goes back, and it can only go forwards every now and then. So it's going to come back at us a lot, and it's going to be really, really hard to watch. And that's what the game was today. It was especially the last 15 minutes. It was very, very nerve-wracking. But that's just the way that Sabri Lamouchi wants us to play.